Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mr. Green again. This is another in my lessons on Algebra 1. What we're looking at today is some more ideas that go along with that graphing, okay? One of the things that happens here is that in real life, like when you go to a movie or to the park for the afternoon, there's a lot more variables than just one variable in the equation, okay? And so what we're going to look at here is how do we deal with two variables in an equation rather than just one. So when we're dealing with two variables, what kind of a solution does the equation in two variables have? Well, it's either a point or it's a line, okay? And you could look at it as either way of those two ways of thinking, okay? How many solutions does an equation in two variables have? Well, it's actually an infinite number of solutions because how many points are there on a line? There's an infinite number of points on a line. If a graph has an equation is a straight line, what do we call the equation? We call it linear. Now, if it has a curve in it at all, we might call it something different. But for right now, we're going to be dealing with linear equations. Okay? If a graph of an equation is a straight line, where do you find the solutions to the equation on that graph? Any point at all. Because any point on that line would be considered a solution. Okay? So I actually typed those in so that you could actually read my writing rather than just guessing what I'm saying there. Okay? So let's look at this problem here. It says for the equation below, find the value y when x is equal to 5. See, I've got two variables in here, x and y. Now we're actually going to stick values in here for one of them. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 4 times 5 minus 2y equals 16. Well, 4 times 5, that's 20, minus 2y equals 16. I can subtract the 20 from both sides of the equation. When I do that, what am I going to do? 20 minus 20 is 0. So I'm going to get minus 2y is equal to minus 4. And when I divide by negative 2, okay, well, negative 2 divided by negative 2 is a 1, so that'll give me a y. And over here, negative 4 minus negative 2 gives me a positive 2. Negative divided by negative, they cancel each other out. And I got 4 divided by 2, that's 2. Now, this is a point. Wait a second, Mr. Green, what do you mean it's a point? I had a value of x that went in here. So it's the value 5 for x. The y value I got out was 2. It's a single point. Even though this wasn't an equation up here, a linear equation, I got a single point as an answer. Oh, I see how that works. Well, let's do another one here. So when 4 times negative 6 minus 2y equals 16. Well, 4 times 6 is 24, so this is going to be a negative 24 minus 2y equals 16. I'm going to add 24 to both sides. Why am I adding? Because it's already got a minus sign there. I'm going to add the opposite. So add 24 to both sides, making certain it remains balanced. Well, that goes to 0. That's going to leave me with minus 2y is equal to 40. So I'm going to divide by the negative 2 on both sides of the equation. Negative 2 divided by negative 2, that goes to 1, so I'll get y on this side, is equal to 40 divided by 2 is a 20, but it's going to be a negative 20. Okay, still got a point here. What's my point? Well, negative 6 was the x value. My y value is negative 20. It's always written as x, y, x, y. You put the x first, then the y. And we got a point. Okay? So that's why we're going to be working at problems in this unit, in this lesson. Have any questions? Make certain you're coming to tutoring if you need it. Make certain you're coming to Class Connects because that's where we will be getting some more information. Okay? Look forward to seeing you later.